All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, the Bonner Soap House Elders in New York, GMS. Salutation to y'all around the world, just teaching the truth, putting your lives on the line for it. All right, and shalom to you, serious Aqua. My name is Maya Ka'ala Bun Gad with Chicago Branch, a great millstone. I'd like to make a disclaimer that we are not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, speckled birds scattered abroad. Speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their father's paternal bloodline go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. Example of that is Blake Griffin's son. We are not affiliated with any black identity stream groups. We are not affiliated with any fringe militant groups. We are not affiliated with any Islamic groups. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. All right, so some more information on the Roma, so-called gypsies. All right, they're Israelites anyway. All right, this is from Jewish News. This is an article from about 6 years ago on October the 3rd. All right. It says, opinion as Jews, we should stand up for Roman rights. All right. The article by Daniel McMillan. It says, October the 5th is Roma Pride Day, when events will take place across European cities to celebrate Roma culture and denounce racism and discrimination. All right, it said, given this occasion is perhaps reflecting a bit about the Jewish-Rome relations in the past and their state today. At the first blush, there is instinct sense of kinship between these two groups, emanating from a number of cultural resemblance and historical coincidence. Both Jews and Roma share Eastern origins and have maintained ancient customs, traditions, and place essential emphasis on family life, right? Right, because the Roman, so-called Gypsies, they come from the Levant, man. They are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. All right. It says both developed their diasporic cultures in context on ease and hostility. All right, so it goes back to the curses in Deuteronomy 28. All right, it says right here, Gypsy had a term from non-Gypsy, Gajay, just as Jews had one from Gentiles. Goyim was Gawa. Gawa. I get it. I keep forgetting that word. All right, all right. So this is stranger is Garwar. All right.
Strong's H 1481. Gur.
All right. So we know it's
Gur.
it's Garwar. All right. Goes right here to let's see, nations. All right, hold on. Let's see, nations. All right, let's see what here is. All right, is it right here? All right, so it's Gawaya, Gawaya. All right, the plural is Gawayam. All right, all right. So it just proved that their language, man. They have what like broken the so-called Gypsies have broken Hebrew, man. All right, they speak broken Hebrew. All right, uh, some of the so-called Native Americans. All right, Gad and the rest of the 9 tribes, they were speaking broken Hebrew, man. All right, and like the so-called Negroes, the Southern Kingdom, man, they kumbaya, which actually Hebrew mean kwambaya, mean rise in Yahweh. All right, and was another word that Judah says, so-called Negro, is massa, which is Hebrew for Lashon Kodash for Hebrew, which Lashon Kodash just means holy tongue. All right. Another way say ancient term for Hebrew is arbar, means from the past. All right, but the word that Jake used to call Esau during slavery here in America is massa. All right, which means burden, man. All right, cause he was a damn burden. He would beat our ass in the in the fields, man. All right. So right here it says laws or ritual purity play fundamental roles in both societies, from Kashrut in Judaism, Maryland in Roman culture. Right, we don't such thing in Judaism. Right, it's the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. All right, all right. So it's a ritual purity. All right, just like they doing in ancient Israel, man. All right. It said there is also a rich history of cohabitation, interaction in Bulgarian capital Sofia. Jews, Gypsy, and Turks lived together inter-ethnic quarter at the turn of the 20th century. All right. Know nothing about Jake in Bulgaria. All right. But it says Shittos such as Stephen Roman were constantly visited by Roman traders and blacksmiths. In Hungary, Jewish musicians played frequently in Roman orchestras that composer Franz Liszt called the band Judas Zekornakpalen, Jewish orchestras. All right, and among these, um, most likely, but you had Jason Hungary and in Bulgaria, man, he scattered all the earth. So, um, just like Eldar pointed out, there's some legit Israelites among these Ashkenazis. All right, these Amalekites, man. All right. It says in pre-World War II, Burson Gypsy musicians played at local Jewish festival and balls. Perhaps more sadly, there is also a painful shared of past persecution, suffering characterized by wild prejudice, ostracizations, xenophobia, scapegoating programs, ghettoization. Because ghetto means Jews dwelling where the Jews dwell, and genocide horror. All right. It said 15th century Spain, deportation of Moors and Jews coincide with the attempt expulsion of gypsies. All right. Now these are our ancestors, right? More Jews and that's us, man. All right, it's not those people. They call themselves Jewish or Israeli. All right. It said across the rest of Renaissance, Jews in Rome repeatedly banished, accused of banditry, disproportionate tax, and portrayed as inferior and unhygienic. All right. All right. So curses. That's how you identify who we people are, man. All right. You go to Deuteronomy 28. All right. All right. Deuteronomy 28. All right. Let's see. That's how you know who the Israelites are, man. All right. It says Deuteronomy 28 and 45. It said, moreover, all the curse shall come upon thee, shall pursue thee, overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power to keep his commandment and his statute which he commanded thee. All right, and they shall be upon thee a sign and for one upon thy seed. All right, so the curses shall be a sign upon the real children of Israel, man. All right, in this case, it's the Roman, the so-called gypsies, man. All right, and there's a wonder, like, damn, why we always being persecuted? What the hell wrong with the other people? Why they always harassing us and slaughtering us and everything? What the hell do we do? You know, do you like that? They'll do. They be like this Jake thinking. You know, they be like, man, do God hate us, man? Do He care about us, man? You know. But these are the curses, man, that came upon us because what our forefathers violate the law, statute, commandments, which we are our forefathers. You know, talk to you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, and gypsies, man, so-called gypsies, right? All right. So, the curses identify you as who the real Israelites are, man. All right. So I'm through with this article right here. If we go to another one. All right. Now, this is on Los Angeles Times. All right, so just bear with me. All right, it says in Jerusalem, they in their own land. It says in Jerusalem after a hope to restore gypsy pride. All right, so these Jakes right here. All right, it look like they could pass for light-skinned Ephraimites here in the Logan Square neighborhood in Chicago or Humboldt Park, or they could pass for like some It could pass for Issachar, so-called Mexicans in Little Village, all right, or in Pilsen neighborhood, man. All right, Issachar stay at. All right, it says Almoon Slim was some of the children served by her Domar Society of Gypsies in Jerusalem. It said Jerusalem grown up poor and mothers in the slums of Jerusalem's old city. All right, Amun Slim dropped out of school at age 7 after her teacher repeatedly singled her out as a gypsy, inspected her hair from lights in front of the class, and called her Nawar, a derogatory Arabic term that means dirty. All right. So it's yo, man, one of the curses, right? You go right here, Deuteronomy 28 and 37. It said, "Thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations where Yahweh shall lead thee." All right, but in this case, man, she's at home. All right, she been great in her own home, man. All right, right here, Deuteronomy 28 and let me get this. All right, Deuteronomy 28:4-3. It says, "A stranger that is within thee should get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low." All right, all right. So she in a low state in her own land, man. All right. It said on the street she learned English by sending a postcard to tourists, but soon realized that life of bag was not for her. At 9, she re-entered school and stayed till she got a degree in business administration from Ibrahim College in Jerusalem. It said now Slim runs the Domer Society of Gypsies in Jerusalem, a community learning advocacy center created to preserve the culture of Dom people, believed to be a branch of the Roman ethnic group. Those who prefer the term gypsies on. She hopes to instill pride in today's youth who are facing some same poverty and discrimination she did. All right. It says many of Jerusalem approximately 1,000 gypsy seats assimilate to the Palestinian society because they've been made to feel ashamed of their roots. Slim Centers offers classes in dying language of Damari, cookbooks of gypsy recipes, lessons traditional crafts, after school tutoring, address community dropout rate, which she said is still 30%. All right. It says Slim, who was published an autobiography late this year, spoke to Los Angeles about how to end her community cycle party without losing identity in the whole event where gypsy had lived for centuries. All right. It said a lot of us gave up on our culture because we did not want people to point or laugh at us. All right, there you go. All right, so you got the Amalek, you got Esau and the Palestinians, a mixture of Ishmael and some Edomites from the Ottoman Turkey Empire, right? But they mocking them, man, mocking them their own homeland, discriminating against mocking their homeland, man. All right. Well, here it says Psalms 44. All right. It says right here, Psalms 44:13, "Thou shalt make us reproach to our neighbors, a scorn, a derision to them that are round about us." Right? You go right here. It's Kappa. All right. All right. All right. It says disgrace, punitive, rebuke, reproach, shame. All right. Rebuke. All right. All right. All right. Then you go to derision. It's oh yeah. Right. Yeah. Let's see what.
Strong's H 7047. Kelis.
Okay, so it's
Kelis.
Kalas. All right. So right here, laughing stock, derision. What you say? They point and laugh at laughing stock and derision. All right. So these people are the Israelites, man. All right. All right. It says right here. Yeah. It says right here, thou make us a byword among the heathen and a shaking of head among the people. All right. So they should call it Nawar dirty. All right. Even the term gypsy, man, that's a bad word, man. All right. These people, they are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, right? All right, it says, all right, so it says right here, we face discrimination from both Israelis and Palestinians. So they face discrimination from Amalekite and Ishmael, all right? So in order to fit in, some are ashamed to speak our language in the street. Traditionally, Gypsy women love colorful clothing, but now they dress like other Palestinians, so we don't stand out, all right? Cause they're Israelites, man. They in style, man. They got swagoo, you know. It said as we mix in with Palestinians, we are losing our identity. All right, so you know, go the curse. All right, because they already forget. You know, I could stay right here, Deuteronomy 28. We'll get right here. Go back to Deuteronomy 28. All right. All right, so they don't even know they're Israelites. Then they slipping into the Palestinians, Ishmael culture and stuff. All right. All right. So that's why you know we always the scripture always said, don't judge a man by appearance, man. All right, we should be scattered among the people. All right, it said Deuteronomy 28 and 29. It said, thou shalt grope at noonday as a blind grope within the darkness. Thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. Thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. All right, it said, thou shalt group at noonday as a blind man going to the dark. Right, we lose our identity. All right. We lose the Heavenly Father name was Yahweh, his son Yahweh Shai. We lose our language, our culture, man. This was going on in this situation, man. All right. Because they've been warning for like thousands of years, man. Over the past 1,000 years, they lost they Israelite, their nationality was Israel, man. All right. All right. So then they've been oppressed. All right. It says much of the problem is ourselves. People look at us as we are lower. They think we are lazy or beggars. They don't want our children. They don't want their children to marry us. All right, you don't supposed to marry their children any damn way. All right. All right, that's a different nation. All right. It said it make us feel that we are not acceptable, and because we don't see any other reality, we start to believe, just like the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American in America, man. All right. It says, how do you combat the negative attitude, especially when they are still such a young age? It's very hard to correct. Children learn to be ashamed because of discrimination they face in schools and in the streets. We provide most support for after-school touring. We teach them to be proud of their gypsy. Some of the girls came in the center to show us their exam. They all got high scores. They were so proud. All right. The best way to try to grow inside them is strong belief in themselves. We see some progress. Sometimes I tease them when they are bad and call them our war, and they said no back. They say back, no, we are dumb people. All right. All right. So you know, and a lot of people, the so-called Jews, they was concentration camps. All right, during the Holocaust, man. All right, but they always put those Amalekites as the front, the front, man. Right? A lot of people died there. Then you had a lot of Jakes, man, that was actually true Jews. They died in the Holocaust, man. All right. Let me see. Go right here and go with another part of the article. It's another article I'm gonna go into. All right. All right. This is the same woman, but this is she going into it. You know, the Murray family, Gypsy family in Jerusalem. All right. You know, so a lot of people they over there. Let me see. You know, there's a lot of them. All right, let me see. Let's get down. This is the article you want to go to. All right, Green Olive Tours. All right, blog tours in English.com. All right. Okay, so over here, let's see. It said today the Don population is scattered throughout the whole Middle East, can be found in Cyprus, Turkey, Iran, Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Jordan, Palestine, and Israel. All right, so it goes with Deuteronomy 28:64. All right, but they're at home in Israel. All right, they just don't know it. All right, it said a lifestyle. Well, the elders probably knew it. That's why they probably went back there anyway to the ancestors. All right, but a few just like Jake, some Jakes, some so-called Negro Latino Native American knew they was Israelites. Those that in the know. But um, it's a whole nation. You just gonna forget, right? But at the same time, y'all had certain visual to remember that, so use them to bring us back to remembrance, right? But all right. It says the lifestyles of different communities vary considerably, while some maintain a nomadic and semi-nomadic lifestyle. Others, particularly those living in Lebanon, northern Cyprus, and Israel, have mostly settled down. The sedentary lifestyle of Lebanon gradually improved their opportunities for education, more permanent work, yet illiteracy and what's that word? Consummate poverty are still widespread in the community. The curse is on, man. All right. Similar to European spirit, the Middle Eastern Dawn faced a lot of discrimination, therefore tending to hide their ethnic identity, frequent claim to be part of a recognized group and respect the host. In Israel, for instance, they're inclined to refer themselves as Arabs or Palestinians, while in Lebanon they call themselves Bedouins. All right. Just like the so-called Gypsy in America, man, they married, they call themselves Latino, Arab, Greek. All right. It says, today's normal Dome living in Gaza, the West Bank, and Jerusalem estimated to be around 10,000, with the vast majority, approximately 7,000, living in Gaza. All right. They list as Arabs. All right. So that's the picture on right there. All right. It says the Dome people have been selling in Jerusalem, mainly working as blacksmiths, merchants, horse dealers, but also musicians, dancer. All right. It says pre-1948. During the increasing tension between Palestinian population, the British administration, Zionist movement, the Don community mainly remained passive but not taking any side. Yet, there are also accounts stating that the Don supported Arab resistance by hiding fighters and weapons in their shacks, reportedly led the British to order the community to leave the area around Nablus Road to settle instead in the old city next to Lions Gate, which is in a sense often called Gypsy Quarter. During what Israel discourse referred to the independence of 1948, large numbers of Don fled along with the Palestinian Muslims and Christian population. Many of them settled in Amman, Jordan, and others lived in refugee camps. In Lebanon, during Gaza, where relatively big communities still live today, up until 1967, Jerusalem Don communities, which comprised more than 200 families, 6% reportedly fled to Jordan during and after the Six-Day War, when Israeli forces occupied East Jerusalem. And this contradicts those people that call themselves Israelis and Jewish people as the people of the book, because Yahweh said in scriptures that he would bring Israel back to that land. All right. Get this right here. It says, let me see. Yeah. All right, so Isaiah 14:1, for Yahweh had mercy on Jacob, but yet choose Israel, set them in their own land, and a stranger joined with them. Strange meaning the other Israelites around the world, all right? They come to the truth, all right? It shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, right? All right, because what happened now, man, they cleaving unto us, man. All these speckled birds, the other Israelites, man, they come to the truth. All right, it says, and the people shall take them, bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them, the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captive who kept their word, and they shall rule over their oppressors. All right. All right. So Most High gonna bring us to our own land, and then we're gonna have the other nations as slaves, man. All right. And it say that the British is going to bring well, the so-called British, because they're not the real British. The British gonna bring the Israelis. The British gonna bring Israel. Salat Israel gonna the British gonna bring the Israelites to that land. Then the Israelites should have had hard time struggling to secure that land. When the scripture said that the Most High is gonna bring Israel, Yahweh's gonna bring Israel to that land, man, and they should live in peace. All right, right here it says, go down here. All right, little sister right there. All right. All right, but yeah, this is it right now, man. All right, but just show you these people are here are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, the so-called gypsies. All right, so that's it. Shalom.